This right here is the perfect example of what I do. When a news story like this comes out, it is my duty to make sure no matter what I'm doing, I stop what I'm doing to get it done. My black ass was at Planet Fitness, but once I got a message from my editor-in-chief at Real Combat Media, the link right below, and the article will be following right below, I said, oh, I got a cover on this. So what I'm saying is September the 13th, 2014, Eastern Standard Time, 4:11 p.m., an article was released about an hour ago on FightHype.com conducted by Ben Thompson with Floyd Money Mayweather. If you don't know who Ben Thompson is, he's the one that has those exclusive interviews with Floyd Mayweather. You always see Fight Hype, written at the bottom. Well, this is where we're going to start. Floyd Mayweather was upset that Marcos Maidana was getting another shot, but not only getting another shot at all of Mayweather's titles. Mayweather expressed disinterest in that idea just a couple of weeks prior to the fight. But here's the thing that bothers me. The contract was already signed, and when this first came to light, this was back in June. I did a video on this a month after Mayweather versus Maidana won. It said it was an article. Mayweather's team had reached out to the WBC about the possibility of doing something that Sugar Ray Leonard did in the past. I believe it was 1988, and that was defend multiple titles for multiple divisions in one fight. Marcos Maidana never fought in a 154-pound division before, but my reason for thinking that it happened and it went through is because Mayweather had to defend that 154-pound title. He defended the WBC 147 in May, and the WBA he won in May. So this fight he had to defend all of them. So what I'm saying is, if he didn't defend that WBA Super World 154-pound title and that WBC 154-pound title, then there's a good chance he could have gotten stripped. So killed two birds with one stone. But here's the thing: Mayweather stated that some decisions had been made without him or behind his back. So basically he's saying that he's going to have, most likely going to have a new staff come All Access in May, or he's going to have a new staff in May. Now if you don't know, Leonard Ellerbe, the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, the chief executive officer of Mayweather Promotions, had the same role of Richard Schaefer in Golden Boy Promotions as the CEO. And we're just talking about titles. But what I'm saying is, Richard Ellerbe has been with Floyd Mayweather for, I believe, the better part of like 12 years or so. And he's supposed to be a very close friend and personal advisor, not like Al Heyman, an advisor to Floyd Mayweather as far as Floyd's daily life is concerned. Almost like a babysitter to a certain extent. So Leonard Ellerbe, if you haven't noticed, has been leading the press conferences up to this fight. Oscar De La Hoya hasn't been saying a word. Leonard Ellerbe has went from being like, kind of that pudgy D'Lo Brown, ECW wrestler looking dude, that was always like Floyd Mayweather everything, to now he's wearing like the suits. He remind me of like Vincent or Virgil from the NWO. And you see that he's taking he's more proactive. As far as Mayweather Promotions is concerned. He's like, okay, Schaefer's gone. I'm going to start wearing nicer suits. I'm going to start getting still these fucked up ass goatees. But what I'm saying is this. It seems as though he was doing a good job to me. But I can understand where Floyd is coming from and like, well, how are these things happening without you talking to me first? Now, Floyd didn't go into details on everything. He just went into details, most importantly, on the belt situation. But we can clearly see that there's something wrong. Leonard Ellerbe was sitting in the crowd. He wasn't in the corner. We didn't see him and Mayweather, together. And usually after the fights, post-fight press conference and everything like that, they're usually, celebrating together. We saw him sitting in the crowd and he had like this stupid look on his face. Then, not to mention Rafael Garcia, the famous cut man hand wrapping guy for Mayweather for century. The old man that got all the buttons on his hat? Apparently he's upset because Mayweather chose someone else to wrap his hands. Now this is an old man. This is probably his life. Just wrapping the money team hands. So when you look at everything that's been going on in his life, and then everything that's going on, inside of the ring, as far as people saying he's slipping, you got to think that maybe he's cracking a little bit up here. But what I'm saying is this, listen, he gets his tooth knocked out. Well, it was a fake tooth or not. It wouldn't have happened 10 years ago. What happens if you lose Leonard Ellerbe? Who's going to speak for him? So people are saying Richard Schaefer. He's going to bring Richard Schaefer on. Listen to me. 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 I know you guys, you money team guys, you want to believe it. I know you do. But Richard Schaefer is still under contract with Golden Boy Promotions until 2018. Oscar De La Hoya has a very powerful attorney. Oscar De La Hoya and his attorney had a press release basically saying that Richard Schaefer is not going anywhere and that his contract will be enforced. But the good thing for Schaefer is he's still making money. But if you don't know, Oscar De La Hoya filed for a $50 million arbitration against Richard Schaefer. So basically the arbitration is we handle it behind closed doors. It don't go to court. So with that legal issue going on, and then him still in contract, how do you think he's going to go be working with some Mayweather Promotions? Now, as far as him on the phone, like, wait, you could do this and do that and do this. But as far as day-to-day activities, he can't do none of that. You saw he was at the fight. You saw he was sitting about 6 seats down from Oscar De La Hoya. So basically, he somewhat resurfaced. So you got to say, okay, well, maybe something's going on. But then again, it's not illegal for him to go to fights. He could buy a ticket. You know, he's so cool with everybody. He don't really have to have no backstage passes, even though, you know, like he's not working with Golden Boy as far as day-to-day operations. But guess what? He is still a Golden Boy Promotions employee. So you want to believe that he's going to go to Mayweather Promotions. And Richard Schaefer, you have to give him his credit. He is, even though he's somewhat viewed as a dictator and as a prick, and he's viewed as the Swiss banker, the guy who's just in money, who's in boxing for money. You have to think, well, you know, he's done a hell of a job getting these fighters paid and, you know, producing these record-breaking pay-per-views. You have to give him that. You know, we can say he was the heart and soul of Golden Boy Promotions, but when it comes to what was happening with Al Heyman and Richard Schaefer while Oscar De La Hoya was in rehab, you see all these fighters signing with Al Heyman, but then you ask yourself, well, wait a minute, when was the last time I heard of a boxer signing with Golden Boy Promotions? Thank you, Al Heyman. Thank you so much. I say this, listen, if Leonard Ellerbe goes, I don't know what to believe anymore. Because what is Leonard Ellerbe going to do? He's always been known for Floyd. What is Leonard Ellerbe really going to do? Now, like I said, he is the CEO of Golden Boy Promotions. Now, I mean, not Golden Boy Promotions, of Mayweather Promotions. Now, we know Mayweather Promotions just got their promoter's license. We know that Leonard Ellerbe is the CEO. So I'm wondering what legal technicalities and paperwork there is behind that. Because don't get it twisted, people. Floyd Mayweather says some things and they never turn out to be true. The man said he was his own boss. The man said he was leaving Golden Boy Promotions. The man said he was leaving Golden Boy Promotions and then what? Came back. He was lying to us previously last year and a year before, saying that Mayweather Promotions was real when it really wasn't. 50 Cent was the first person that told us that it was just a name. He's been fighting on Golden Boy cards. So you think with all this stuff going on, you got to think Mayweather Promotions is legal now. So he's supposed to be a CEO. How can you just get rid of a CEO? But once again, getting back to what I said, sometimes Mayweather has been known to say things that aren't true. Just like about a week ago. So look, yeah, just exactly about a week ago, where it was all that controversy about what gloves are going to be used and what belts are going to be defended. He said on the very same website, Fight Hype, that he's not defending all of his titles. But guess what? He defended all of his titles. So once again, I say, looking at this Leonard Ellerbe situation, you know, yeah, there's obviously some issues right there. There's definitely some issues. And one of the issues I think it is that maybe Leonard Ellerbe is being more outspoken with Mayweather Promotions as far as publicity, as far as marketing and everything is concerned. Because remember, Leonard Ellerbe is the front man. Leonard Ellerbe is the CEO, so he's the ones at the press conferences and doing all the talking and everything like that. So he probably, you know, seeing Floyd Mayweather with the domestic violence, you know, stuff. You know, seeing Floyd Mayweather talking about, you know, he fucked T.I.'s woman. You know, it's stuff like that maybe Leonard Ellerbe was like, you know, like, whoa, this is not the way business is supposed to be run, Floyd. And maybe Floyd just got sick of it and be like, yo, I'm Mayweather. Like I said, if you don't know, I'm T Street Controversy. I call the show T Street Controversy Live, and I cover boxing. Visit the website right below. The article along with this video will be right at Real Combat Medium. I have a Facebook page. That Facebook page is a boxing forum. I just use it. I just use the page as a is a personal Facebook page. So as the story develops, I'm going to be here, and this weekend after All Access, remember there's one more episode of All Access. It's going to be coming on before the replay of Mayweather versus Maidana 2. So when you watch the replay, and I'm going to go watch the replay as soon as I get back, and I'm going to start looking for that friction in between the corner and looking at Leonard Ellerbe and everything going on with the press conferences and post-fight press conferences, because now you have something to look for. Rafael Garcia, I did notice, try to kiss Floyd at the end. You know, I didn't know what was up with that. He went to go take him off. Then Floyd went in like to go for his ear, like he was gonna kiss him on the cheek. But then you saw Rafael Garcia go. Anyway, like I said, this is a developing story. Do I believe Ellerbe is going anywhere? No. You know why? Because when I look at all the things Mayweather has told us over the last 3 months, none of this came true. So, you know, maybe this him just venting. Maybe this was him, you know, some type of scare tactic. And also, we don't know how Al Heyman feels about this. Remember, once again, Mayweather has said some stuff that hasn't come true before. So I'm just asking, do you think that Leonard Ellerbe is really going to be going? And another question I'm asking is, like, is Leonard Ellerbe an Al Heyman guy? Or now we know that he just went with, was that 2006 or 2007 when Mayweather went with Al Heyman? But either way, like I said, you know, I can go on and all day about it, but I just did a video just before this video talking about the other stuff I was going to go into in this video, so might as well not waste your time. But once again, I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. Please subscribe.